and all the stakeholders mentioned hereafter, allow me to take this opportunity on your behalf to kindly request and invite the Director from Inspectorate of Government accept, step over, and delivers his message to the entire steering community. Dear Director, I'm humbled to invite you undertake this exercise.
Wow, thank you. When the head teacher was starting to make his presentation to us, he said, Bismillah. And if I'm not mistaken, Bismillah means in the name of the mighty Allah or God. The Honorable Chairperson Board, the Deputy RCC Ruwaga Division, the team leader of Kitebi Senior Secondary School, none other than Haji Kamlegeya Muhammad, the prefect's body, the administration, prefect body, under the stewardship of the Prime Minister, students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you. Wow, a very good afternoon to all of us. Okay, let us do this. Can we all first get up on our knees, on our feet, and stretch a little? I think we've been over-sitting. Let's stretch a little. Wow, thank you. We can now assume our seats. Let's assume our seats. First and foremost, allow me to extend the regards from none other than the Inspector General of Government, Lady Justice Aisha Naluze Batala. She loves you. And she has told me that in a few days to come, she will surely have to pay you a visit. My name is Kakoza Savion Tensive, and I'm the Director, Ombudsman, and the Inspectorate of Government. And if I'm not mistaken, in the ears of so many of us here, the phrase Ombudsman, perhaps, is new to you. Students, is there any of us who has ever heard about the phrase Ombudsman? Yes, I know the Muslim community and the Christians are in the fasting period. But kindly, lend me your ears for a few minutes. The Ombudsman, for starters, is a Swedish concept. It originated in Sweden. That was around 1812, during the European wars I was told that the team leader is very good when it comes to history, European history. That is what I was told. So when King Charles XII was being pursued, and because of the love of his subjects in Sweden, he decided to appoint an ombudsman to ensure that there is good service delivery to his subjects in Sweden. Yes, I'm coming from the Inspectorate of Government, but many people confuse the two words. Mr. Timlidi, you can see. Many people confuse the two words. There is IG and there is IGG. When you look at the Constitution, under Chapter 13, it establishes the Inspectorate of Government. And the Inspectorate of Government is the organization. You man, are you covering yourself for me? The Inspectorate of Government is the institution. And the IGG is the person that is appointed by His Excellency the President. So those are two different persons. There is the natural person, the IGG, and the artificial person, the Inspectorate of Government. So when I say IG, I'm meaning the organization. And when I say IGG, I'm referring to the individual. Yes, it is true. The vice chairperson of the board said that whenever the Inspectorate of Government visits, people normally go into panic mode. I say yes, they go into panic mode, but because they are bad-mannered, the people who fear to dialogue or to sit with the Inspectorate of Government are the ones that have committed heinous crimes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that there is little love for this country. Chairperson board, people do not love their country. If we really loved our country, why would a person embezzle funds meant for the construction of a road, embezzle funds meant for the construction of a hospital, embezzle funds meant for the construction of a school? And that is why at this moment in time, I pray to all of us to give a thunderous hand clap to the team leader of this school, Haji Muhammadi Kamalegeya. When I look at the structures here, you cannot compare them to even some traditional schools in this country. When you drive past the main road, you'll think that maybe it has some funny small structures. But alas, get in, and the status quo will be totally different. When I was getting in here, I'm also going to kiss you. When I was getting in here, I read the write-ups on the ambulance. And I'm only going to pick interest in the Latin phrase, res ipsa loquita. Res ipsa loquita is Latin. And before I came, I made a small background check, definitely as an investigator, on the head teacher of this school. And guess what I found? I saw his movement from Chibuli here. And lastly, I was told he's an advocate of the High Court. He's a lawyer. No wonder the school is in this state. Just look at him. Get to his office, and the ambience of the office will reveal to you that the person that occupies that office is a very serious Ugandan. So, Mr. Kamalegeya and the team, please keep it up. I know all this is not done individually. It must be a collective effort, definitely with the help of your team. And why you see is it res ipsa loquitur? I told you res ipsa loquitur means facts speak for themselves. In the schools that we have visited, the titles of the heads of those schools are head teacher, head mistress. Wano bikyukamu. Here they don't use head teacher. I've been hearing team leader. So that means he's a team player. When I looked at the assembly point, wow. I want to assure you, whenever you'll be invited, I will surely have to attend. For the Inspectorate of Government is going to get first-hand information directly from me that with the Kitebi we can do a very good partner in especially fighting malpractice, corruption, and lack of integrity. Many of us students, first of all, there is a reason as to why I was asked to come and preach to you the gospel. But whenever I get a good catch like this one, Mr. Team Leader and the board chair, I do not hesitate to preach the gospel of integrity against maladministration and the injustices that Ugandans face in this country. The IGG, as a person, leads a team for the realization, and that is our vision, of a corrupt-free Uganda. But I want to tell you, corruption cannot be singularly fought by the Inspectorate of Government. It has to be a joint effort by all of us. Good enough, the team leader is a lawyer. When you open under Article 17, I think, paragraph I, Article 17, it dictates on the duties of a citizen. Are we there? I start from duties of a citizen.
Duties of a citizen. 1. To respect the national anthem.
Just a second. I think it was senior one that came here and had to sing for us the anthem. I whispered in the ears of the Deputy RCC, are we not going to stand? Why? Because as a lawyer, I know that we have a constitutional duty to respect the anthems. Kindly repeat the first one.
To respect the national anthem.
And what does that mean? Whenever an anthem is being played or sung, we all rise up. And those persons with disabilities who cannot stand up on their 2 feet are excused. All they do is to raise up their hand. Directly go to I, because there are so many duties of a citizen.
To combat corruption and misuse or wastage of public property.
To combat corruption and misuse or wastage of public property. So, Honorable Board Chair, when you talk about corruption, IGG is only at the front line, takes the lead, but it is a duty of all Ugandans, be it Mr. Kamulegeya, be it that senior 1 new student, be it the senior 5, all these old students. They all have a constitutional duty as citizens of this country to fight corruption. How are we going to fight corruption? Maybe that's a story for another day. But the Inspectorate of Government does not only fight corruption. When you open Article 225 of the Constitution, you will see that the Inspectorate of Government has a tripartite mandate. It has 3 mandates, 3 functions, 3 duties. 1,
to promote and foster strict adherence to the rule of law and principles of natural justice in administration.
Stop at that, thank you. When you hear someone saying, I'm the master of rule of law, we tell that person no. Because it is a constitutional duty bestowed upon the shoulders of the Inspector General of Government to ensure that there is good promotion of the rule of law and natural justice in administration. What does that mean? You go in a public office, you find a sub-counter chief, you find a police officer, you find another DC who wants to behave like a small king. The IGG says, no, we have to serve Ugandans with dignity, with respect, and the services must be timely. Why? Because they pay for our taxes. And if it is you people that pay for the taxes, which later translate into our salaries, then we must serve you with dignity. We do not only fight corruption, but one leads to another. If there is maladministration, you go to a hospital. I'm not going to fear to talk about this. Perhaps some of you saw it about 2 or 3 weeks back on the TV. I accompanied the Lady Justice to Kabale. We did Kabale, Mbarara, Yatonde, Masaka, and Kalungu. Reaching Kabale, you find a doctor who is supposed to treat a patient in a hospital. Someone whose legs have been broken in 2, lying on the floor from 8. And that's the person being asked to go and buy crepe bandage and buy the lines, the cannula lines from across the road. Now, if this person's legs, both of them have been fractured, basically they are incapacitated. They cannot move from point A to B. But a doctor in a public hospital, paid to do that work, is asking this person to walk out of the gate to buy the tools of trade. So when you look at this, the general implication is that we do not love our country. You go to a hospital which you would assume, Ndugu Deputara CC, Mbarara Referral Hospital. It is on social media. You can punch in IGGVs to Mbarara. You will see patients are being admitted under the beds. So we need to always preach, especially to the young brains, because we very well know that tomorrow they are the leaders and we shall be somewhere retiring, or either to the villages or back to our Creator. So we need to impart the knowledge of integrity in the brains of these children. Haji Kamlegeya gave us a Quranic quote of chapter 13, verses 11. Choose who you want to be. Yes, it is today that you will forge your future. I'm a Christian and I profess the Catholic religion. When I open in the book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 7, I will paraphrase. It says, do not be deceived. You will reap what you sow. Reverend, I think I'm on point. God cannot be cheated. Children, are we together? Children, are we together? Do not be deceived. Do not be. You reap what? When you sow good, you will reap good. When you sow hatred, you also reap hatred. When you sow bad manners, that is exactly what you reap. And it's not only in the Bible. I think even in the Quran, it is provided for under Quran chapter 46 verse 57. You reap what you have sowed. I also want to take us in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. It says, bad companions spoil good habits. What does it say? Bad companions spoil good. At that point, it is my pleasure to warmly welcome all the new students who have joined this noble school, especially those in Senior 1 and in Senior 5. Congratulations upon joining this great school. Honestly, especially Senior 1s and 5s, that is not enough. I know we are tired, but that is not enough. Congratulations, Senior 1 and 5. You are the ambassadors of knowledge. At least each one of you has seen a mobile phone, which is smart in nature. There are certain schools we visit, especially in Busoga. And the students sit on bricks. But look at you. You are sitting on chairs. Isn't that wonderful? Why don't we clap for the school administration? Let me tell you one thing. You are now part of a community that values learning. You are now part of the community that values discipline and personal growth. The RCC stood here and talked about discipline. And discipline is broad. How have you been behaving in primary school? How have you been behaving in O-level? I want to give you a story. And this was told to us by His Excellency the President. It is a story of an old woman. These were two Catholic priests. They agreed never to touch a woman in whatever circumstance. I think by now, if they were still here, Mr. Assisi and the team leader, they would have been charged for discrimination. So one time as they were crossing a river, they found an old woman seated somewhere. She couldn't cross the obstacle, that is the bridge. And the bridge was a single pole running from one side of the river to the other. So the priest, it was approaching sunset. They looked at each other. And in each one's eyes, they could read, we made a promise never to touch the woman. Then one of the priests remembered the story of the Good Samaritan. He decided to carry this old woman on his back, cross the obstacle, and rested the woman on the other side of the river bank. Back to wherever they stayed, the other one who promoted the vow attacked his friend. And he was like, we promised never to touch a woman. Why did you carry that old woman? His friend was like, I already left that woman at the river bank. So for you, you are still carrying that woman on your shoulders and inside your heart. Are we together? For me, I've already left the woman the other side, but it is you still carrying the woman. So for you who has just entered Senior 1, I have a friend I'm looking at here. They are busy conversing. You see, you are now pulling your colleague's lips. You, here, yes, that one. So those have been the behaviors in primary. You have now transitioned to a secondary school. Don't be shocked that in your ID, you will be referred to as a master or mister. And yet you are still small. Okay? So do not carry the old woman from primary to Senior 1. For those who have progressed to advanced level, do not carry that old woman from Senior 4, which is O level, to A level. let us leave the old woman where we have left. The senior ones, this is a new beginning of your secondary school journey. Everything to you seems new. The environment, the teachers, and the subjects. Perhaps some of you, this is your first time to put on trousers in school. Am I lying? Maybe. But I know majority of you are putting on what? What do you call them? Evinu. Eh? The shorts. Okay? So, as you start this journey, I encourage you to build a strong foundation based on discipline and concentration on your academics. Let me give you one tip. If you want to succeed in education, do not dodge class. There are some of you, instead of writing in your books, you choose to write on the walls of classrooms, on the walls of the toilet. Please don't do that. I'm pretty sure your parents at the school have given you the tools of trade. I've given you the books and the pens. Do not go in the toilets and start painting the walls with words. Okay? Do not insult your teachers or your friends on the walls of the classrooms. Know why you are here. I really doubt whether there is a single parent who at a single go brought in four children. You have come here alone. Okay? You have come here alone. And you should walk this journey to success alone. What you do will define your future. Kindly attend all lessons, complete your assignments, and manage your time wisely. How are we going to manage our time wisely? There is time for waking up. I guess I was told that there's a boarding section here. There is a time for waking up. There is a time for going to say our prayers. Because this is a country that gives honor to the Almighty, and hence our national motto, which is for God and my country. So, you should know when to go to the bathroom. You should know when to go for breakfast, break time, lunch, evening preps, and supper. Do not mix a timetable or a program into another. The habits you form now, like I've already hinted, will determine your success in the coming years. To you, the senior fives, how are you? By show of hands, just wave to me, senior five. Do you know that as guest of honor, I can ask the team leader to cancel your admissions? Senior fives, how are you? Should I whisper in the ears of the teacher, of the team leader, to cancel the admissions? It is not an easy road to tread, looking for vacancies of our children. To you, the senior fives, welcome to the advanced level of education. The RCC told you that today you are a newcomer or a fresher. Next year you are going to be a candidate. After next year, we expect you to be joining a university. Many of you do not know what university means. I was told that university emanates from the term or phrase called universe. And the universe is the entire world. So when you join the university, the assumption is that you are knowledgeable. And the day you get your first degree, we shall say that you've joined the category or class of elites. For those ones who have masters like your team leader, we say they have a wealth of knowledge. So, since you are here with a jerry can, with a pot to collect knowledge, ensure that you at least reach the apex and you also reap on the fruits of the wealth of knowledge that you will have attained from Kitebi Senior Secondary School. Senior 5 at this stage, learning is more demanding. and requires greater focus. If you do not focus from the word go, believe me, next year, you will be sweating plasma during writing of your USCE exams. But with the strictness of the teachers of Kitabi Senior Secondary School, I'm confident that we shall all make it. And at this moment, I congratulate all those students who sat their USCE last year and scored highly. Congratulations to all of you. By the way, the ones clapping under this tent are not the students. The students are that side. I congratulate you. Wow, thank you. Senior fives, you must show maturity, commitment and independence in your studies. Do not accept to be spoon-fed. Yesterday, I sent a team to this noble school, and that was a team headed by the designations used by the Inspectorate of Government are funny, but they are soon moving. The team was headed by a manager, a person called a manager. Manager is not less than 60 districts in this country. He led a team that interfaced with the head teacher to open up what we refer to as a grievance handling mechanism. Why do we do that? We also get complaints from students. Teacher X does not like me because of Y. I've been terminated in school X because of this. I wasn't given a fair hearing when there was a complaint raised against me. They did not buy us meat, yet money was already available. So, because we know that Kitabi Senior Secondary School, by the way, it's on record, because I get all complaints in this country. But when it comes to Kitabi Senior Secondary School, Mr. Body Chairperson, it is recipsa loquita. Facts speak for themselves. Let me tell you a story. And since it is a closed file, I will talk about it. You see, the Inspectorate of Government receives complaint through walk-in. We call them walk-in clients. People who walk in and give us the information. We also receive complaints on TV, newspapers, social media, or email, or by telephone. We also start investigations on our evolution. So there is a time they said Kitabi was growing at a very high rate, and we said, let us flash the torch in the daily transactions of business at Kitabi. I failed to get a black spot on the administration of Kitabi. And I highly commend you for that. And that was the very reason that yesterday we chose about 8 schools across the country. And you cannot believe, in central Uganda, we chose Kitabi Senior Secondary School. One, the team leader has shown maturity in the way he handles and in the way he transacts his business in this school. Tell me which school in this country does not make students to collect money for the bus. Yes, thank you. It is Kitabi Senior Secondary School. And all this is courtesy of the good governance we have in the country. Tell me one school in this country which has an ambulance that has all the amenities. I was told it has an ICU unit. I saw it. Yes, it is Kitabi. I didn't personally see it, but the team I sent yesterday captured it on video, and at around 9 p.m. in the night, while still at office, the video was played to me. I had never known that an ambulance's rear door can open and then kneel down to pick a patient or a casualty. But this ambulance does it. I don't know whether it is true. Let's clap for the team leader. I think he's bringing it here for demonstration. I don't know whether it was AI, but that is what I was shown on the video clip at 2100 hours at 9 p.m. back in my office. Tell me which school in this country has got a garbage collecting truck that compresses the garbage, burns the garbage, and then it spills out ash. Mr. RCC, you see, for us in the Inspectorate of Government, we police. Have you got that? For us in the Inspectorate of Government, we do what? We police. We do police, which is the act. We police, then the police, the human beings. Mr. Rasisi, kindly advise us, or you tell us, do we have a garbage collecting truck in Kampala which can compress the garbage, burn the garbage, and then spills out ash, which is really so compressed? So there is no such garbage truck, and the only garbage truck that is there belongs to Kitabi Senior Secondary School. Senior 5s, concentrate on your chosen subjects and work hard, because this will get you future careers and opportunities. I think the head teacher or the team leader has brought this truck here for demonstration. Wow. Have you got an opportunity to peep inside? Who has not peeped inside? Just 5 of you come, look at it, and then you go back and preach the gospel. Come, you come. You come. Not all of you, just 5. So this is what I was shown. I think in English it's called a ramp. Commander Sisi, you should have come here for accountability, because we also look at you as our frontline soldier when it comes to fighting corruption and embezzlement. Actually, this ambulance, the ambulance kneels for the patients. Now, there is a demo here. And this is what my team explained to me. Thank you very much, team leader. I actually saw this on my video clip. Yes, yes. No, you can enter, you might fear. So look at what is going to happen. Let's see whether this ambulance can carry patients. Do not fall. Wow, it's like a lift. It even has a bed. What I do not know, whether the roof light and the siren are working. You people are so lucky that you have a head teacher who that is practical. Let's see whether the roof lights are working. Wow. Let's give a round of applause to the team leader. Thank you. We have now proved that the siren and the roof lights are working. Thank you, Mr. Team Leader. I think this is now Recipsa Loquita. Facts speak for themselves. Maybe there is something that he has not demonstrated. When you enter, just a second, when you enter into an ambulance, it must be a talking van. You must be able to talk to the people outside and the people that are inside the ambulance. Why do we do that? Yeah, thank you very much, board chair, the team leader, the administration, and students community. I would also like to challenge you, the new students, and still also this should be shared by the ongoing students. You should embrace the following value systems that I strongly believe that will guide and empower you to succeed throughout your secondary school journey. The first one has been talked about by almost every presenter that has stood before you, and that is none other than the discipline aspect. Without discipline, believe me, you are a nobody. Discipline is the foundation of success, and at that point, respect school rules. Remember when I was defining to you the functions of the Inspectorate of Government, I talked about strict adherence to the rule of law. Rule of law does not only look at the laws enacted by Parliament and assented to by His Excellency the President, but even the school rules. If you are expected to be on uniform during time X, comply with the school rules. If you are expected to be in class, follow the school rules. For if you breach or violate any of the laid down rules, that will disorient the motivations of your parents to pay for you your tuition. Dress properly and behave responsibly, both in and outside the classroom. What I mean by this, even outside the gate, a majority of us are putting on the school uniform and it has a badge. That badge has a name, Kitebi Secondary School. I can also read the motto. The motto is search of knowledge. So whenever an outsider or a rightful thinking Ugandan reads from that badge, Kitebi Senior Secondary School, and it is you engaging in stealing people's mangoes, pancakes, fighting by the roadside, you are not, by that act, promoting the good image of this institution, of this school. So our dear students, senior 1s and 5s, even outside the gates of Kitebi Senior Secondary School, behave in a more disciplined manner. Be a good representation of your school wherever you are. The second value is respect. Show respect to your teachers, to your fellow students, and all members of the school community. For respect creates a positive learning environment where everyone feels valued. For us in administration, we say that is a two-way traffic. We have two parties. We have the superior and the subordinate. The superior at all levels has to respect the subordinate, and the subordinate in return obeys the superior. But I'm telling you, since you seem to be at the same level in your various classes, respect your colleague. And the respect to your colleague is not merely greeting them with respect, but also respect their properties. If someone has, you call it grab. My daughters normally say grab. If someone has their grab, what pushes you to go and pick that grab without their consent? RCC will tell you that now that act is criminal in nature, because it is looked at as being theft. For you want to permanently deprive the owner of that property. So respect your colleagues, be it of the same gender or opposite gender. Where my daughter goes to school, I'd never come to Kitebi, but if I knew that this is Kitebi, there is no way I would have taken her to Namugongo Matters. I'm telling you. They don't have these facilities. Ambulance, when they fall sick, we drive to go and pick them. But look at Chitebi. Respect goes with integrity. Many people define integrity as doing the right thing when no one is seeing. But it's broader than that. In your individual capacities, try to practice integrity by always being honest in your work, whether in class, assignments, during examinations, or in your daily interactions. Some of you do not want to do school assignments given to you by your teachers, and you get people to write for you or give you answers. Mr. Board Chair, today we have an attack, which is good because technological advancement globally is good, but we have a cancer called ChatGPT. I'm going to ask the the team leader to buy and install applications that check plagiarism. Who knows what plagiarism means? If you copy work from the internet and paste it in your book, that is plagiarism. It can be checked. Internet is not delaying our moral fabrics alone, but even the ability to be creative, the ability to think outside the box. I know the newly enrolled senior 1s and senior 5s are not going to engage in malpractices of any nature. They are students that have been sieved and passed the integrity test. Since integrity builds trust and good character. The second last value is innovation. Dear students, be creative. Do not fear your teachers. Ask questions. Think critically. And always look for new ways of solving problems. Education is not only about memorizing facts, but also about developing ideas, talents, and practical skills that will help you in real life. Let me tell you this, and I'm sure perhaps it is only those ones in primary 7 that have transgressed into senior 1s that don't know about this. But the new secondary school curriculum, senior 1s, is intended to build your competences and skills so that you can become innovative, independent thinkers and problem solvers. Do not expect your teachers to spoon feed you. Your teachers are not going to be doing the tutorials as it has been the practice in primary school. Today what we encourage is that it has to be participatory. It is two-way. Even the teachers are learning from the students. And I know all these brains that have been selected are brilliant brains, and it will help our teachers to also learn from your personal experiences. Finally, on the values, teamwork. Value teamwork. But remember, I gave you a biblical writing or biblical verse in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, which dictates that bad companions spoil good habits. As you build this teamwork, choose your friends well. Today, senior 1s and senior 5s, you are like a wandering bird in the forest. You don't know where to start from. You have that fear of the unknown, and you don't know that person next to you, whether they are well behaved or not. But you cannot succeed alone. So choose your teams wisely. Learning is more effective when we support one another, work together in discussion groups, work together in sports, and all other school co-curricular activities. For teamwork helps us learn from each other and to achieve common goals. In conclusion, Dear students, your success in this school will depend on your attitude, it will depend on your effort and your personal determination. If you remain disciplined, focused and committed to these values, you will not only succeed academically, but also grow into responsible citizens. Tomorrow, you will be a director in the office of the Inspectorate of Government, and your work will be to police all government organs. Whoever earns a salary from government is accountable to the Inspectorate of Government. Apart from only one person that I cannot arrest, Mr. Body Chair. And that is under Article 98 Clause 4. There was someone who had a constitution. Article 98 Clause 4. What does it read? That is the only person that I cannot summon. That is the only person that I cannot arrest. But any person, right from that person's deputy to a cleaner, provided you're earning from government and you misappropriate government funds and you practice maladministration or injustice in public administration, I have jurisdiction over you. Yes, Article 98, Clause 4.
While holding office, the President shall not be liable to proceedings in any court.
Who says so?
The Constitution.
And what does Article 2 say of that Constitution? Students, are we there? We are about to break our fast. Are we there? What does Article 2 say? Someone is helping me to open the Constitution. Students, as he looks for Article 2, I want to rub it in deeper that we should all leave behind our past mistakes and write a stronger story for our life. There is a great philosopher called Socrates, or Socrates. Socrates said that the secret of change is to focus. Okay, let him first read Article 2.
Supremacy of the Constitution.
Supremacy of the Constitution.
This Constitution is the supreme law of Uganda and shall have binding force.
Thank you. You can even support that. The supreme law of the land, the supreme law of Uganda, under Article 98, Clause 4, is instructing me not to subject His Excellency the President to either criminal or civil proceedings while holding office. That is the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, 1995 as amended. And when you went to Clause 2, it says this is the supreme law. And that if there is any law made, practice, that is inconsistent to the provisions of that Constitution, that other practice or provision shall be null and void to the extent of its inconsistency. So, the Supreme Law says that. Students, I was telling you about this great philosopher called Socrates. He said the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. For senior ones and senior fives, follow the quote from Socrates and build new energies, build new friends, and also attain new energies. I want to conclude by saying that if you remain disciplined, focused, and committed to these values, you will not only succeed, but you will grow into responsible citizens. RCC and the Vice Chairperson Board said tomorrow you will be taking over from us. I want to see a person from Kitebi not only being a director, but taking over the mantle of the Inspectorate of Government so as to promote this great mandate of fighting corruption. corruption from Uganda. Once again, you are most welcome to Kitabi Secondary School. I wish all of you a successful and productive stay here. But before I walk away, the senior fives, let me hope you are not here to do the combination of SEG. You know SEG, S-E-G, SEG, sleep, eat and grow. You have not come to grow. You have come here to search knowledge. Make sure you leave Kitabi Senior Secondary School with knowledge. I thank you, and I say all this for God and my country.